Spooky Cat Lady here, and I've got 5 cruise tips I learned while on Symphony of the Seas. Tip number 1, if you get the unlimited specialty dining, make sure that you figure out your schedule for that ahead of time. As soon as you get on the boat, make sure to book those immediately because those specialty restaurants fill up very quickly, especially on Symphony of the Seas with like 6,000 passengers. Do that immediately. And also because the guests who don't get the unlimited package, they've been booking ahead of you the entire time, because when you get the unlimited package, you can't book ahead of time. You have to wait until you're on the boat. So that's one of the first things you want to do as soon as you walk on to Symphony of the Seas. They must know that, because as soon as you walk on, there's people with pads everywhere ready to make your dining schedule for you. Do that immediately and you should get anything you want. And I know we figured out our schedule before we got on the cruise, so when we went up we knew exactly what restaurant we're eating on which day, so we didn't hold up the line and didn't take very long at all. I just kind of showed him our schedule and he put everything in. Went very quick and smooth and didn't hold anybody up. It was awesome. Tip number 2, to swim in peace and have the whole pool to yourself, get up early. Hey, I'm all by myself. It's 6:45 in the morning and the beach pool's gonna open at 7 a.m. So I thought, I'm awake, might as well check it out, right? Although I don't look awake, do I? I look terrible. Got myself a croissant, a coffee down there. There's the beach pool, and over there is the rising sun. And it's so warm right now. It's nice. The pool's great because it has so much salt in it. You just float on top of it. It's pretty cool. Even better, I have it completely to myself. There is always one pool that opens up at 7 a.m. and if you get up and you go swim at that time, there's nobody there. I was actually surprised, being Symphony of the Sea had 6,000 passengers, that I was the only one there at 7 a.m. I only got to do this twice on the sea days because all of our port days were very early in the morning, so I didn't have time on port days. But sea day number 1 and sea day number 2, I got up at 7 and had the entire boat to myself. Now on Anthem, I got to do that every day because our port days were very late. So that worked out really great. I got to go swimming every day with no people. Which leads into tip number 3. Want to sleep in or be able to swim at the pool every morning at 7 a.m.? Pick a cruise that has late port arrival. When we were on Symphony, every day we were there at like 8 a.m. So every day we had to get up super early to go to our excursions or to go to the ports and check them out. Whereas on Anthem, all of our ports didn't arrive until usually around 11 a.m. or 12. Every day we got to sleep in, and every day I got to go swimming early in the pool with no other guests in it. So that's another tip for you. If you like sleeping in or you like staying up late and partying, pick a cruise with ports of call that are later in the day. Tip number 4, my time dining can be great, especially since you usually get a table to yourself and you don't have to share a table like in traditional dining. But it does not mean anytime dining. You still have to make a reservation. We're finally going to the main dining room, but one thing we notice every night, it's kind of chaos. So I'm not sure what's happening. So we had to wait in one line, even though we have a reservation. Wait in one line to get in another line. Finally we'll get in, I guess. This is our first time in the main dining room, and I'm kind of glad. Remember to make a reservation for your My Time Dining as soon as you can. And I've noticed lately that they're actually letting you make My Time Dining reservations in the app ahead of the cruise. And also so you're not waiting for a table. Before we continue on with that last tip, I'd like to ask you to please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to that awesome 1,000 subscribers and I need your help. I work hard on these videos and I'd love it if you would subscribe. So please hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, and give my channel some love. Our last tip for this video, tip number 5, is book the show Hero as early in the cruise as you possibly can, because this show gets canceled a lot, and if you want to ensure that you get to see it, you need to book it early just in case it keeps getting canceled. And the water was sloshing a lot. I have a bad feeling they're going to cancel it. Ours got canceled I think twice, and it almost got canceled the very last sea day when we were trying to watch it. We ended up waiting an hour and a half while they had technical issues trying to get it started, and luckily we did finally get to see the show. The cruise director was getting booed by the crowd and everything else.
I'm ready. I'm not 20 minutes. Let me tell you what's happening. Give me a second. Okay. Unaccepted.
We've already had 2 cancellations.
Our audio system right now is out of That's why I'm here without a microphone. But we're working on it right now. We have no intention of canceling. We don't want to cancel it. Just like our audio goes. As quick as we can, we're going to do that.
Because the show had gotten canceled so many times on the cruise. So anytime the sea is rough or there's technical issues, the show gets canceled. Book it early in the cruise, and that way as it keeps getting rescheduled because of cancellations, you have more of a chance of getting to see it, because it's definitely worth it. It's a good show. Yeah, they canceled it. When the pool water is sloshing around out of control, they cancel. That's what happens. We knew this because we saw other people's videos about it. So it's been rescheduled for day 6 at 5 p.m. in case we forget. I hope you found my 5 tips for Symphony of the Seas useful. I want everyone to have an awesome cruise, and I think these tips will definitely help with that. If you found them useful and want to help support the channel so I can keep making videos, please go to darkwhimsicalart.com. I have a lot of merch there that you can get, and that helps me out tremendously. And also hit that like and subscribe. That also helps so more people see my videos. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be making a new one soon, and if you haven't seen this other video, you can check it out. It is about whether you should get the unlimited specialty dining on Symphony of the Seas. Watch that and find out if you should.